Is it possible to prevent Alzheimer's? Walk with me. With little progress in Alzheimer's research over the past 20 years, now some people are seeing remarkable improvements just by changing their lifestyle. How are they doing it? And what can you do to prevent Alzheimer's now? That's our main topic in today's brain and body workout that I designed so that we can be independent forever and will never be a burden to our families. All right, you can always come back to walking in place if you'd like to. We're going to start with going side to side, and you can get down low or you can stay up high, whatever feels best to you. I like to challenge myself by going lower. And we also always start with a youth connection, so something from our youth. And I have some trivia questions from the 1970s and 80s. What was the name of the group of teenagers who solved mysteries in Scooby-Doo? They were called Mystery Inc. or the Mystery Gang. Which actor portrayed the character Rocky Balboa in the film Rocky, which was released in 1976? Sylvester Stallone. What was the name of the town in which the TV show Happy Days was set? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, you're doing awesome. We're going to keep it moving. And now we're going to move up to going up and back. So walk up and back. And I go for about 4 steps up and 4 back, but just do whatever you have room for. You do like 8 or 10 if you have a really big room. Or you can just do 1 or 2 if you're a little like space challenged. I kind of am in here. All right, so research suggests that the act of reading aloud may benefit the reader as well. So it may improve memory, cognitive function, focus, and mood. But sometimes adults have fallen out of practice of reading aloud. So here's some practice for us. And we're also going to be learning something new. So you can read it with me from the captions on your screen. All right, here we go. CNN chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, is a practicing neurosurgeon and a best-selling author on brain health. So I'm very interested in his work. There's something, he made a documentary, The Last Alzheimer's Patient, which streams on Max on June 18th, 2024. But I think that means that you would be able to start streaming it then, and then it'll be available then. It's not June 18th yet, so I haven't been able to look at it. But there was information online on CNN.com, and I accessed it on June 4th, 2024. So this is a summary of that piece. In the article, Dr. Sanjay Gupta takes us along his personal journey of exploring his brain health. With over 2 decades of reporting on Alzheimer's, he's seen little progress in the field. But while working on a documentary about the disease, he meets people who've seen remarkable improvements just by changing their lifestyles. It hits home for Gupta, given his family history with Alzheimer's. So he decides to dig deeper into his own brain, and he visits preventative neurologist Dr. Richard Isaacson. But it's not your average checkup. It's a thorough dive into everything from his genes to his current cognitive function. And Sanjay Gupta, is pretty blown away by how detailed the brain testing can get. It's a far cry from the days when we thought brains were just unchangeable blobs in our heads. It turns out he had some surprises. His blood test revealed things like high homocysteine and low B12 levels, which could mess with his brain's performance. It's eye-opening how closely physical health markers are tied to our brain's well-being. Ultimately, Dr. Isaacson determined that Dr. Gupta is a walking modifiable risk factor for Alzheimer's disease, recommending a plant-based diet, exercise, and monitoring blood sugar fluctuations. Despite the process being intense and costly, Dr. Gupta sees it as a game changer. These insights give him a roadmap to boost his brain health and maybe even lower his risks of dementia down the line. His journey is a reminder that maybe we have more control over our brain health than we thought, paving the way for longer, sharper lives. Okay, hopefully you read it along with me, and way to go. Even if you didn't read it along, then good job for just walking up and back and learning something new. I thought that article was very important for us here in this community because we're all about keeping our brain and our body healthy so that we can live our lives as we choose for as long as possible. And that's pretty much what that article is about. It focused more on brain health, but it has new insights, and it shows that we can make a difference. And that is very hopeful. It's hopeful for me. There was more cool stuff in there, like Dr. Isaacson, his goal is to make it available to everybody. I think basically for free. Of course, there's some hurdles to that, I'm sure. But his work is very important. And that's why I wanted to share it with you, both their work. So Dr. Gupta and Dr. Isaacson. So thank them both. I thank them both. And all of the work they've done all throughout their lives to get them there. We are all benefiting from it. I love it when, when we feel like, we can all do our part. And my part is being a teacher and sharing information. So that's what I'm doing here, and I do it, of course, because I'm a middle school teacher, so I do it there too. Just in a different way, really. Okay. All right, thanks for listening to all that. We're gonna move on to hamstring curls now. And I usually like to move my arms like this, switching off with the leg. All right, now this time, I'm gonna give you a circle. So I'm giving it to you here, circle. You have it virtually or imaginatively, I guess, in your brain. And what I'm gonna ask you to do is to create something with that circle. Like maybe I'll create a quarter. and I'm gonna use my finger to draw it. Then I'm gonna give you another circle and ask you to draw something else, create something else. So this time I might draw a pearl. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna keep doing it for a while. So be ready to get creative. All right, here's the circle, go. All right, here's another circle. And another circle. And how about another circle? Another circle. Another circle. Another one. Now, I'm going to ask you to switch to your non-dominant hands and create some more circles using your other hand. All right, here's another circle. And another circle. Okay, you could add things onto the circle too. I just made an ice cream cone. Okay, and another circle. And another circle. And another circle. Another circle. And another circle. All right, you might be tired of the circles now. I hope you really worked your brain on that. Got those neurons firing. That's what this is about. All right, we got this, and together we are better. Time to switch, and we're gonna switch to squats. Okay, and you can move your arms like this, like bicep curls. If you have weights, you could always add the weights in, because weight training is really good for our bodies. So I am going to do that in a future video. I have to get my weights out. All right, this is coloring vocabulary. So I'll give you some words, and they may be new to you, or maybe it's in your everyday vocabulary, but they're newer words to me, or words that I don't use very often. I'll give you the definition, and then I'm going to ask you to imagine that word as a color. Okay, our first word is ubiquitous, which means present, appearing, or found everywhere. So what color would that be? I might say blue for that, because I feel like there's blue everywhere. Pretty prolific. Okay, our next word is ephemeral, lasting for a very short time, fleeting. Okay, what color would ephemeral be? I feel like it might be something that sparkles and disappears, like like silver, sparkling. Next word is cacophony, which is a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. What color would that be? I feel like that might be like a burnt umber, because I feel like you get that color when you mix a lot of things together, which is like a brown, if I'm remembering correctly. Our last word is sagacious, which is having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment, or shrewd. What word would that, or sorry, what color would that be? I don't know. I feel like that might be blue again. Maybe that's just because blue is one of my favorite colors. All right. You could also think of what is the opposite of sagacious, like having keen mental insight. What would be the opposite of that? I think I would say confused. Okay. It's already time for heel digs, where we just cross one heel out in front of us, and then we can slow our breathing down a little bit. And now we're gonna be doing gratitude today. So think of things that you are grateful for, and you can also think of why you are grateful for them. So I will give you some time to do that. Go. All right, well, I'm very grateful for you being here watching this. And I bet your brain and your body are grateful that you did this thinking on the move. So come back again and do another thinking on the move. You do another one right now, or again later today or tomorrow. I'd like to say, try and do one at least 3 times a week. I like 3 times a week. I think that works well for people. Or honestly, I'd like to do one every day because I think it's really good for our brain health. And kind of once you do one and get your brain going, I feel like it'll help you throughout the whole rest of the day. And that's what my goal is. All right, so if you like this, please do all the things. Subscribe, like, comment, share it with others. All right, well, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.